Welcome to episode 40 of Lost Signals. And you know, it's about goddamn time we got out of the 30s because it only took about
few months.
7 months. I don't know, like way too long because just shit happens. We're not even gonna make excuses anymore about it.
Oh,
but anyways,
why?
we're in episode 40. Here we are.
Yes.
And
are
happy
you?
birthday, JD. First off,
I-
off the top,
thank you.
right here. Happy birthday. I was gonna try and figure out how to make sounds come through the stream deck onto the stream, but you know what? I was too lazy to do it. So
That's fine. Thank you, Darrell.
Happy
Thank
birthday. Yeah. Yeah. For
I am turning 43.
76.
Shut up.
So how did you spend your birthday today, JD? Was it
I
good?
slept in, so that's a good start.
That is a great way to
Yeah.
to spend a birthday for sure.
Yeah. No, it was a good quiet birthday, and it's more than I could ever ask for. So I woke up in the morning, slept in, had a breakfast, sat down, watched the most recent episode of the Orville, and then hit the gym
Good birthday,
and
yeah.
and then
Yep.
had breakfast or a birthday dinner with Alicia and her family, cake and cards and a couple of simple gifts, and I couldn't be happier. A lot of birthday wishes and phone calls and text messages from coworkers and friends and people I consider family, and it's just been a good, simple birthday. And
That's
for
good.
someone of my age, I can't take too much excitement anymore. I'm getting up there in the 40s, so
Yep.
I kid. No, I had a great day. So
It's good. And I mean, I'm not going to apologize because I did tell you happy birthday, and I saw it this morning, but it was like 4:00 in the morning your time when I actually saw it on my way to work. I'm like, I wasn't going to message you then. It's like because I knew we were going to do a show tonight, so
yeah.
But now you get the horrible distinction of what happened on my birthday. That you had a famous celebrity die recently on your birthday.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's unavoidable. I mean, some people just have that type of luck.
It just happens. I mean, like on my birthday, Taylor Hawkins died. So I mean that
shit. You're
yeah.
right.
Yeah. So which really sucked, and then I mean, really important in a different way, but like Nichelle Nichols, who played Lieutenant Uhura on the original Star Trek, died at she's like 89 or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not less tragic. Maybe not. It's not tragic. Maybe isn't the right word there. But it's not less saddened or whatever. But it's like maybe a little more expected when you're in your almost 90s.
Yeah. No. Nichelle Nichols actually showed up to one of the Northern Fan Cons here in Prince George, British Columbia, a couple of years ago, before the pandemic. Actually, right before the pandemic. And she had a couple of handlers with her, but she was like attentive and interacting with fans and doing autographs and selfies and the whole deal. So like she was there, but like definitely not exactly spry for someone her age. So the fact. Go ahead.
No. That reminds me. Like, I met BB King before he died.
Oh.
Yeah, like maybe like a year or two before he died, and it wasn't. Like a lot of people showed up to this show expecting, like a spry young guitar player, and he sat on a chair. Yeah. Like and he did a meet and greet and stuff, and and whatever, but it was like a quick hello and that was it, and people paid a lot of money for this shit.
Well, I mean, then again, we're talking about two icons in their winter years, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Like, don't expect much. Like you're not gonna get the same type of energy as you would from like Stan Lee or Arnold Schwarzenegger or Lou Ferrigno or anything like that, right? You're gonna get someone who is holding themselves as best they can for their age, for how they have lived their lives. Not saying that they've lived unhealthy lives. It's just they're not. They've never been real large into fitness or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
But
They've worked. Go ahead.
so like, why do you think some of these like elder celebrities, especially like in that age, like, why do you think they keep doing it?
Doing
Like
meet and
doing
greets?
these meet and greets and these tours and stuff. It's like what, like, is it?
One of two reasons, or a combination of two reasons. They need the cash and they love the attention.
It's probably both.
Yeah.
It's probably.
I mean, it's unfortunate in the case of Stan Lee, where he loved his fans, but it was getting to a point where like his family and some of the people that were close to him were starting to become concerned with how poorly he was being treated and being paraded around to different events, and it was too little, too late.
Yeah.
So that was not him doing it. He probably loved meeting his fans, but at the same time, like someone at that age, you just need time to yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not good. It's really not good. But
No.
it is what it is.
Mm.
But so again, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Sa-
Nichelle Nichols, you will be missed.
Yeah, I mean, lots of people though. I'm a big Star Trek fan. I've watched all of it. Can you? You can't see it on screen right now. No, there he is. Yeah,
There he is.
he
Hi,
Yeah,
Loki.
yeah,
Yeah, hi.
yeah. Got to get those headphones off 'cause I don't need them. Oh yeah, right in the ear.
Oh, good puppy.
Thank you.
Good puppy.
Here's a-
I can honestly admit that I have not watched the entire original series.
No,
I watched.
me neither.
Yeah, I watched all of Next Generation,
Yep.
like 80% of Deep Space Nine,
Yep.
all of Voyager,
100% of Voyager.
um,
Like
maybe
40% of that Enterprise.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Okay.
One season of Discovery.
I watched like the two first episodes and then I got bored with it, but apparently it's really good now. We haven't talked about this on here yet, and now that we're on the Star Trek talk, and that's a good segue into the next thing that we're going to talk about. Star Trek Lower Decks
Okay.
is the animated series that they put out recently. There's 2 seasons out. It's executive produced or something by the same people that do Rick and Morty.
Seriously?
It's apparently Star Trek Lower Decks,
Yes.
Rick and Morty, and there's another animated series. I can't remember exactly what it is off the top of my head, but they're
Polar
all
opposites?
maybe.
I think it's polar opposites because it definitely has a Rick and Morty feel to it.
They all exist in the same universe.
What?
That's in its canon, and that's what I've read. So like some of the shit that's like I don't know, man. Like the most excited I've been out of like for Star Trek stuff in the last fucking like 20 years is Lower Decks. Because
Really?
it's animated and it's fun and it's weird and like weird shit happens and it's like it's a Star Trek episode of Rick and Morty.
Okay. I haven't seen any episodes of Lower Decks. I know 2 things. One, the animation is done in British Columbia.
Yes.
And 2,
yes. Side note.
Yeah?
And there's some of the shuttles
Yeah.
are named after cities.
Kitsilano.
Yeah, and there's like a sequoia, like because of the trees, and and there. I noticed something in one other episode. It was like a city too, or like maybe it's Coquitlam or something, but like it was something stupid like that. But no, it's really good, and so
Yeah. The other thing I know is that it's one of the characters is voiced by Jerry O'Connell.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and he's funny and he's awesome. Actually, but the main it's going off on a tangent. It's 11:30 at night here, and the main voice of the main male character is voiced by the same dude that was the lead character in The Boys.
What?
Yeah. Have you watched The Boys yet? It's on Amazon.
I've only seen a couple of episodes of it.
Okay, so Brad Boimler
Yeah.
in Star Trek Lower Decks is voiced by Huey on The Boys.
That's amazing.
Yes, and it took me like a week or two to realize this after I started watching The Boys, because I watched Star Trek first, and then I started watching The Boys. It's like, what in the fuck? It's like, why do I know this voice? And then I looked it up. It's like, oh, for fuck's sakes. But it fits. It fits. It's Jack. The actor's name is Jack Quaid. It's like Dennis Quaid's son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's perfect. Like after after watching The Boys, it's like, oh man, it's like Brad Boimler. It's just fucking weird. Like, so
That's cool.
Watch Lower Decks. It's really good. I enjoy it.
One thing about Lower Decks, and this is something that did kind of pique my interest, is that there's currently two different Star Trek series out right now: Lower Decks and New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds,
I believe. Yeah. So there's going to be a crossover.
I saw that.
And between these two series, which is kind of like, how?
Okay. So
The fuck?
I'm gonna get real nerdy on you
All right.
here for a minute. Okay, so
Sure.
my glasses are fogging up for some reason. Okay, so Star Trek Lower Decks takes place after the Next Generation DS9 Voyager, because there's been like Riker has been in it, Tom Paris has been in it. Yeah. Wow. I've watched the first 5 or 6 episodes of Strange New Worlds, and it takes place before the original series.
So
Like-
how is there going to be a crossover?
What confuses me more is like, how are you going to cross over a live action and an animated?
Yeah.
I mean, like, are we going full on Who Framed Roger Rabbit here, or what? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Or is it going to?
I'm interested to see.
So yeah, it's piqued my interest, right? Like I haven't seen the new series. In fact, the most recent Star Trek anything I've watched is season 1 and season 2 of Picard.
And I liked him.
Yeah.
Lots of people didn't. I really liked him. Lots of people are dicks though. You know, like the huge nerds that want the story to go exactly how they think it should.
Gatekeepers.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I liked the story of both seasons of Picard so far.
Yeah.
But Strange New Worlds, yeah, like, okay. And the thing about Strange New Worlds is that there is familiar characters in it. Like Spock is in it. Uhura is in it.
Oh wow.
I think Captain. I mean, apparently, Shatner, Kirk is supposed to be in it too. Like a young James T. Kirk, because this happens all before Kirk gets the Enterprise, right?
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah, but from what I've seen of it, like the first couple episodes that I've seen, it's really good. I haven't caught up with the last couple episodes, so
Right. So, okay, now I want to get a little bit more geek into this because this is something that's actually starting to bother me now.
Yeah.
The cinematic series that is happening right now, or at least there's been 3 movies now, where
you're talking about like the reboot, like the Kelvin.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. To explain to people that don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
In 2009, there was a reboot. They call it, kind of. It was.
Yep.
It's like an offshoot of the original timeline where they could make
Right.
all of these like Marvel movie style Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
That's the ones with like Zoe Saldana, Zachary Quinto.
Yeah.
What the fuck is his
Simon
name?
Pegg.
Yeah, Chris Pine was in it. Simon Pegg in those movies was great, by the way.
Yeah.
As Scotty, like if I was gonna pick an Englishman to play a Scotsman, he'd be the first one to do it. Also, Simon Pegg was in The Boys, by the way. Side note.
Okay.
But it's not what it's not connected to what this whole other thing is. It's a whole offshoot. Like
So that's a standalone tangent.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Even though it's not, because Leonard Nimoy was in it. It's an alternate timeline, is what they call it.
Right.
Yes. Sorry, I cut you off there to get my nerdish shit.
No. I'm learning here because like I'm so out of touch with everything that's going on with Star Trek these days. So Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds are of the original timeline, where this Chris Pine Captain Kirk, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, it's just different, is its own thing.
See, this is where things get convoluted, because they do reference those movies in other media. So yeah. Anyways, we're definitely not a Star Trek podcast. We can talk about it, but for you, I would recommend watching Strange New Worlds.
Okay. Over Lower Decks?
No, watch them both, but watch Lower Decks first.
Okay.
Because you can if you when you're on your treadmill or whatever you have in your house, just because you can power through fucking 3 episodes in an hour.
Right. Okay.
Like just over. They're 22 minutes. It's like a normal syndication show. It just, you can hammer through 3 episodes.
Okay.
And it's funny. It's super funny. It's, hey, Trick.
Hey, Trick. Thank you, Trick.
But yes, Lower Decks is fucking hilarious. And connected to Rick and Morty somehow. So I mean, that right there. I mean, that's just fucking.
How these connections happen will have to be sorted out in the future. Clearly.
Okay, but going back for a second is the Boys.
Yes.
You said you watched a couple episodes of that.
Couple episodes. Yeah.
There's a. I just finished binge watching all 3 seasons. All right. I watched it at work or whatever, and they're great and they're funny and it's fucked up. It's some of the most fucked up TV I've ever seen, which is right up my alley. But there's an offshoot. They did these shorts of this show, and they're animated shorts of the show, because The Boys is actually based off a comic book that's got like 150 episodes or issues, whatever, something like that. Yeah. And I was watching the one animated one, and I'm listening to the voices, and Justin Roiland from Rick and Morty directed and was in one of the episodes. All of these shows are incestuous now. It's they're all fucking each other. They're all on each other's shows. But yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, no, watch Lower Decks first.
I'll add it to the list. I'm catching up on a lot of things. So, yeah.
What horror movie did you watch this month or last month? I don't think we talked about your last month horror movie.
What was the horror movie I watched last month? I can't. You're catching me off guard here. Right now, I know, I'm powering through Stranger Things.
Okay, but that's fair. How far are you through Stranger Things right now?
Season 2, episode 9.
So that's
11 just came back.
That's the last episode of that season, I think.
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So at the end of episode 8, 11 walks through the door just as the Demigorgons or the Demidogs are surrounding Will's house.
Right.
Yes.
What did you think of the episode where she meets 8?
So that was episode 8.
It's the worst episode in Stranger Things. In my opinion.
And you're not alone on that. It's it didn't add a whole heck of a lot. It didn't make any sense as to why Eleven's mother would send her to go see 8. But then again, you have to keep in mind that Eleven's mother her brain was flash fried through 450 watts. So like, who knows what she knows or what she was thinking. The episode really didn't do much. It was just kind of like they needed something for 11 to do while the demidogs are taking over Hawkins' laboratory.
Well, I will say that it's more than that, and you'll find out later. But it's still probably the weakest episode in the entire series. Yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah, no. Every series has that one episode where you're like, come back from this, please.
It's like, why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But no other movies.
Like,
Come on, like there's got to be.
What fucking movie did I watch in June? There was a movie that I did sit down and actually I watched in June, and it was off of the suggested list. It wasn't Silent Hill because I watched that in May.
Yeah.
What the fuck did I watch in June?
You might have 2 to do now because according to my clock, it just turned to August. So.
Well, yeah, true, fair enough. Even though I'm powering through Stranger Things, I figured it'd subside get for now.
Well, I mean, it's not really that much of a horror.
No, it's not.
Show.
No, it's not. I watched something in June. I think it was off of a list that you gave me. So, the fuck was it?
Orphan?
No, not Orphan. It wasn't Cujo. That was on the list too. It was The Good Son.
Oh, that's a
Macaulay Culkin.
Ooh, that's a fucked up one, I think.
It was a fucked up one.
Yeah.
That's right. It was The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin and that was Elijah Wood, right?
I can't remember. It's been a long I just remember it being a fucked up movie. Can you not?
That was the movie that I watched in June, and I'm glad I waited this long to watch the movie because it came out just off the heels of Home Alone 2. And so if I would have gone to the movie thinking like that's another Macaulay Culkin movie, I would have been sorely disappointed.
Yeah, but it would have been like the weird fucking sequel to Home Alone where he kills everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the premise. I just remember that the movie is fucked up.
Macaulay Culkin is a psychopath.
So it's the dark pages of Home Alone, which would make sense.
Pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like he throws a dummy off of an overpass.
Yeah.
And then the crescendo of the movie is literally Macaulay Culkin's character's mom is like holding on to Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood. Again, I'm not even sure if it's Elijah Wood. As they're both dangling off a cliff, but she doesn't have the strength to lift both of them. And so she has to make the choice, do I save my son or do I save this other child? And it's that moment where it's like, is it motherly love or is she going to finally open her eyes to the fact that this is a psychopath of a child? And she drops Macaulay Culkin.
Perfect.
Yeah. But then, like, it was a very tense suspense movie. And so, yeah.
I will say I am proud of you for actually like powering through this, but you're going to have to make a list. Like we're going to have to keep a little better track of this. Like what you've been watching.
Can we put a list on the website?
On the website, I haven't updated in a year.
How about we put a list here on our Discord?
I could do that. Or I could do it on the website too. I just would have to do it. We'll do both. Anyways.
Anyway, so Good Son was the one I watched in June. I probably should watch something to make up for July. And then now I got August coming. So,
you know what? For that, I'm gonna I'm gonna give you a little bit of a punishment for that.
Okay, sure, fine.
I want you to watch Reanimator.
That sounds like an older movie. Why do I think that?
1980s.
Okay.
It's got one of the dudes that was in a whole bunch of Star Trek movies in it, or TV shows.
Okay.
Jeffrey Combs. Yeah.
Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah.
Is this like Next Generation or original series?
DS9 and I think on TNG. But
Okay.
no, watch Reanimator.
Reanimator.
Yeah.
All right.
Reanimator.
I'll move that to the front of the list.
I'm gonna
Reanimator will be my next
I'm gonna
movie.
write that down.
Apparently, I'm in for something.
Oh, it is something. Oh,
All right.
oh no. Didn't I tell you to watch Sleepaway Camp?
No, we referenced it, but
Oh, yeah. Okay, and I think I ruined the ending for you. So
no.
Okay, so watch that one first. Okay, that's your punishment. You need to watch Sleepaway Camp and Reanimator this month. Plus your August one.
All right, fine. I'll take
So
that.
that's 3. So
I'll take that.
so
That's fine.
So Sleepaway Camp.
Reanimator plus
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
All right. I can do that.
Yeah. Okay. So I have an update on my. Okay, remember last episode we were talking about my my passport bullshit that I had to go through.
Yeah, of course.
So remember everybody in like media and like everybody on Facebook is saying, "Oh my God, if you don't go to if you're traveling in January of this year, you need to go like yesterday to get your passport done."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, those fucking wait times are over. So we filmed the last episode. It was a week ago, Thursday.
Yeah.
I went in Friday morning, and actually, there's more of a story about Friday, but went to the passport office, and I told that story, whatever. I got my fucking passport back on Thursday
Wow.
already.
Wow. What?
Yeah. So like my appointment was Friday morning at 10 o'clock. Okay. Oh, I didn't tell you this. Did I tell you like my passport photo story?
Yes.
Did I tell you, or did I tell you on the podcast? I didn't tell you on the podcast. That's what it was.
I don't think you did. No.
Okay. So here's a whole fucking story for you. Night after the last podcast, I wake up. I have to go to the Saskatoon to. I had passport pictures taken months ago. Can't find them. I'm in the process of trying to sell my house, so lots of shit's packed away. Can't find them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I look up the Walmart passport photo booth, whatever. They're like, we open at 9. Perfect. I show up right at 9 because my passport appointment is at 10:10. The Walmart I went to is like just down the block from the passport office. It's all good. I show up at Walmart. It's like, oh, we don't open until 10. I'm like, what?
Why does your website say?
Yeah. And I pretty much asked that question, but I was more of a dick about it.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, well, one of the girls is here that has taken pictures before. It's like, we'll get it taken. I'm like, cool. Okay, whatever. Take the picture. She's like, well, she tries to take the picture. Takes about 5 minutes to get the picture taken. Then
Doesn't take that long, especially these days with this technology.
no, and it's a normal like point and shoot camera. You like just click, right? You like just a regular camera. So she goes over to the computer to where the printer's hooked up, and she tries hooking the camera up, and it doesn't hook up, and it doesn't hook up, and she tries for 5 minutes. And I had said to this woman, it's like, I have to be at the passport office in like an hour, and it is not their fault that I have to be there that early.
No.
But when I show up, yeah.
At the same time, you showed up when you thought you were told, not just you thought, but you were told, and you saw the information
on their website. Yes,
on their website. So, like,
yeah. So, she's still struggling, and she finally says, like, "Can you come back in like 15 minutes, and we'll be able to try and get it done then?" Like,
right.
Like, no. And I probably made an ass of myself for some of the things that I said as I was walking out. But it's Walmart, so I don't care.
It's Walmart, so another day.
So like I'm pretty much muttering to myself the whole way out, like the angry old man that I can be sometimes. Because apparently they have like you can only exit out through checkouts now. Like back in the day, you like in Saskatoon anyways, like they have it blocked off that you have to walk out and exit. So like I didn't know this, but I walked up to one of the like where the enter and exits were.
Yeah.
And it's all blocked off. I'm like, and there's a guy standing there. I'm like, what in the fuck is this? And I even said it like that. It's like, oh, you have to go through the checkouts. I'm like, for what? I'm not buying anything. I didn't do anything. So I'm like, I mutter myself back to my car.
Yeah,
it was that, but it was way more explicit. So I get in my car and I call my ex. My ex works at a London Drugs in Saskatoon and in the photo lab, so she knows what's going on there.
Right.
And she answers after a while because she was sleeping, and it's not my fault that I was phoning her, or she worked late or whatever.
Okay, fair.
And I asked her, and I'm mad, and I did text her later to apologize. It's like, what time did the fucking photo labs at London Drugs open? She's like 9. I'm like, okay, perfect, thank you. And I hung up. I walked into the London Drugs on A Street in Saskatoon.
Okay.
I was in and out in like 7 minutes.
Holy shit.
The longest part about it is that I had to wait for the printer to warm up because I was the first one there that morning. It cost me like the 17 or 22, whatever, like fucking like $20, call it.
Right.
In and out 20 minutes. I drive over to the passport office, and it's the passport office in Saskatoon is in a mall.
Okay.
And it's a dead mall though. So
okay.
It's like,
all right. Yep.
So I show up about 10 minutes early. I wait in line. Actually, I didn't wait in line because I had an appointment. I sit down. I wait for like 5-10 minutes. Like I said, I was like 10 minutes early. I was out of there 3 minutes after when my appointment was.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like it was that quick. They're like, "Oh, it's a renewal." Yeah, okay, whatever. You know, here's you got your new pictures. Yeah, everything's. I showed them like I didn't even need my other ID because I had my fucking passport. Like everything's there. It's like, yeah, cool. It'll be to you by August 8th. Cool.
Wow.
Like that's 2 weeks away. Whatever. Yeah. Flash forward to Thursday. For some reason, the mail in town, like they got this package and it just automatically went to my mom and dad's house, which makes no sense. But my dad texted me at like noon on Thursday. He's like, "There's a package here for you." I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, it feels like a passport. I'm like, fuck off, really? Like, yeah.
So you're just messing with me, Dad.
Well,
come on.
But it's like Friday, the appointment was, and Thursday, like fucking like 4 business days later, it was in my hands. Like it's fucking like right fucking here.
Holy Christ, that's amazing.
Like that's the first time I've been impressed with the government service. Like really, like fuck. And it was cheap. $160 for a 10-year renewal.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, it bothered me when I looked at this the other day. It's like, yeah, like I'm not going to show it on stream or anything, but it's like, yeah, my this expires July 25th of 2032. Wow. Yeah. So that
and the longest, most difficult part of this entire situation is dealing with Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. Like that was the hardest part. If I would have went to an honestly a locally, well, like a Canadian owned company, I wouldn't have had this issue.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah, no. That's a hell of a journey. And wow, like that is insanely quick. My passport's right here in my desk.
Yeah.
And I remember when I got it, it was like, maybe 3 months. It's like, okay, cool. I wasn't planning on going anywhere anytime soon, but sure, thank you. And it took 3 months.
Well, like I did put down that I was maybe traveling within the next 45 days.
Oh, so maybe they put a little bit of a rush on it.
And it used to be that you had to pay for that rush. Now it's just like, no, it's $160. Fucking here you go.
Wow.
They also changed passport rules.
Oh.
So if you had an active passport within the last 15 years, expired or not,
yeah.
like if your passport has been, like if it was issued in the last 15 years, you can just go get it renewed. If your last name hasn't changed or your like a bunch of major information hasn't changed, which it wouldn't because like they don't have your home address on your passport, doesn't matter. You just go and fucking get it done.
Huh.
Yeah. So.
Well, it's been less than 15 years, I can tell you that.
Yours is expired or what?
Oh, no, it's expired, yeah.
Yeah. So no, now you can, like if you have it, fuck it, you want it renewed. Yeah, there you go. $160.
It's good to know. It might be here within 2 weeks.
Is there a passport office in Prince George?
Oh yeah.
Well, there you go. My suggestion for people though, make an appointment.
Oh, 100%.
That's what I did. And I got in and out, like I said, like in fucking, like it was like literally 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Do you want to continue talking about travel?
Oh no, I still that story still isn't finished yet though.
Uh-oh.
Well, so after the whole, appointment at the passport office and whatever, I had got it in touch with a couple buddies. Like, yeah, let's go for lunch downtown Saskatoon. We went to Hudson's and we had a great lunch. It was me and the drummer from my band Ken and a longtime friend Dustin. We had some food and had a beer, and Dustin had to go back early because he had to head back to work.
Right.
And me and Ken are sitting there. Ken was off that day. Yeah, I should probably go and whatever. And I'm trying to coax Ken. It's like I had an appointment at the barber that day because you can tell my beard looks a lot better.
Oh, yeah. You look, yes.
A lot better.
Very dapper.
Yeah, thank you. So I said, Ken, let's go to Homebound Brewing. It's just down the road from you, like in Warman. And like after I'm done my appointment, he's like, "Oh, I got stuff to do. It's like whatever."
Yeah.
And I keep trying to coax him into going for a beer, and it's not working. Most of the time I can get him to go, but like this time it didn't seem like it was going to work. But it ended up
an enabler.
But it ended up working, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So as we're walking out of Hudson's, where Ken's like, "Oh, I'm parked right behind you. We'll just walk together. We'll bullshit on the way down." And kind of look down the street and see the flashing lights of a tow truck kind of parked where my car is. Yeah, fuck, it better not be my car, like laughing and it's like whatever. Like I don't have any, unpaid parking tickets or anything shit like that.
Right.
Get closer and get closer. It's like, no, the tow truck is at my car.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
I walk up. I'm like, and there's a commissioner there because that's who they have for their parking enforcement in Saskatoon. I'm like,
right.
And I am not holding back. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? They're like, sir, you you have a bunch of unpaid parking tickets. I'm like,
Sorry?
what? It's like every parking ticket I've got, I fucking paid. Like, I'm not that type of person. Like, if I get a ticket like that, I just fucking pay it, because like if you go to the like and you pay it right away, it's like $7 sometimes. So he goes on his little iPad and he shows me. It's like he pulls up my fucking, and it doesn't even go by your license plate number anymore. It goes by your driver's license number. So he pulls it up and there's 3 unpaid parking tickets. One from 2011, one from 2012, and one from 2014. I'm like,
holy shit.
I looked at the guy.
The newest one is like 8 years old.
I know. It's like, I even looked at the guy. Is there not some sort of fucking statute of limitations on this bullshit? I'm like, this is horseshit. It's like, well, and it's not the guy's fault. It's not the commissioner's fault. But like, right. I'm taking it out on him. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, this is not fucking right. Like, it's like, the only way I can get you out of here right now is like if you pay your fucking fines. I'm like, it's like, fucking fine. It's like, well, what choice do I have? It's like, do I just let them tow my fucking vehicle? So yeah, that lunch cost me like, it was $270 in parking tickets. Plus, they called the tow truck, so that cost me another like $70 because they called the tow truck. It wasn't even hooked up; it was backed up to my vehicle, but it was like it cost me $70. So fuck you, City of Saskatoon. And like, it just makes me fucking mad.
That's an expensive lunch.
Yeah.
Why would isn't there any sort of statute of limitations for that? Because like the oldest ticket was a decade old.
11 years.
Yeah.
Yep. It's bullshit.
That is insane.
Yeah. Wasn't very happy, but
no shit.
Yeah. Well, that is what it is. I got one more road driving story because I had a weird fucking week. So it's a lot of me driving stories, and this is just this one takes the cake though. It's like,
sure. Just for the record, my last driving shift was on Thursday,
yes,
so it
and
could all be about you driving.
I was gonna get to that, and we were gonna congratulate you at the end of the episode, but no, fine, fuck you. Now you got to bring it up now.
Someone had to do the driving. It's not me anymore.
So, the other day, I drove into Saskatoon again. Like lots of people know, I don't live in Saskatoon, but I go there all the time. I was getting my suit fitted for our friend Tyler's wedding.
Yeah.
And
you doing Juicy Moose Juice?
Yeah. He might even be watching right now. Said he might. So I'm driving in on the highway, and it's super busy for some reason. I don't know. It's like a Wednesday, and it's super busy. Right. That highway's never usually that busy, like in the afternoon. So I'm driving along, and I drive a little bit fast. Like when I get into a large line of people, I slow down and I fucking just go with the flow, right? Unless everybody else is passing, I just kind of just hang out there.
Right.
The asshole behind me didn't want to do that though.
Okay.
So I'm in a line about 7 vehicles. I think there's a Semi in the front, couple fucking whatever kind of vehicles in front of me. This little cunt, and I'm calling him a cunt because that's exactly what he was.
Sure.
Driving a Ford Eco Sport, one of those tiny little like SUV things.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Came up behind me doing probably about 150, 160. Slammed on his brakes. He took a look around me. He kind of he came out beside me.
Yeah.
And then he decided to go. So I fucking pulled out to stop him because there's fucking traffic coming.
Yeah.
So he rides the lane, he rides down the center line right beside me, and then cuts me off and cuts right in front of me. as I'm giving him the finger.
Yeah. as any Canadian would.
Yeah. And then the cunt brake checks me so hard that my brakes lock up.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I called the cops on him. I haven't heard anything yet, but I have his license plate. So, yeah. So
some people are just inconsiderate like that. It's just they don't fucking care.
Well, I'm not to throw Alberta people under the bus, but it was an Alberta plate. So, like, there's a lot of really super aggressive drivers that come out of Alberta. I mean, I lived in Alberta for a while, and man, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, it's one of the reasons why I'm enjoying the fact that I'm happy with the fact that I don't have to drive as much anymore. So,
well, I mean, like you said, like you're still gonna go and do your occasional fill-in job if you want for some extra cash here and there. But
yeah, of course.
But if you don't have to, fuck, why not?
No, well, it's the strangest thing. People will get out of the way of a B-train chip truck more frequently than they will for a charter bus. So
it's like the same amount of weight, though, right?
Well, but like horrifically different when it comes to stopping power.
Oh yeah,
you know. Like I'll nail the brakes on a charter bus if I have to. The only thing I have to worry about is the complaints coming from everyone who's kissing the seat in front of them.
Yeah.
But when a fully loaded chip truck, no, I'll jump on those brakes. I'm still going forward.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know.
So why do you think that there's not seatbelts on a charter fucking bus?
I think it is up to the company. I know that the buses that I had driven, and that all ended on Thursday, they all had seatbelts. Like every seat, passenger seat had a seatbelt, including the driver had a seatbelt. It is odd because like you're still doing highway speeds, and if a bus nails something, yeah, you're less likely to be injured depending on how small whatever it is you just nailed. But you roll over into a ditch, no, you're fucking going flying.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think it is really down to the company and also how frequently that piece of equipment hits highway speeds.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, with my bus, like I was traveling less than 160 kilometers as the crow flies, which means that I didn't have to do any sort of online log, but I was traveling at highway speeds, which is 110 kilometers per hour. So my bus had seatbelts.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, it really and like it depends, I guess.
Fancy showed up.
I always wear my fucking seatbelt.
Yeah.
Your dog looking so dapper. Look at that. Can we talk about the Orville yet, or what?
Absolutely, yes. That was actually my next thing.
Good.
So, we talked a lot about Star Trek today. Actually, way more than I ever thought we would talk about Star Trek. Yeah. There's a way better show. In my opinion, right now out. Besides Lower Decks, but like Lower Decks and the Orville are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parallel.
Yeah. The Orville is the newest. I mean, it's not even new. It's like 2017 when the first season came out.
Yeah.
Is the Seth MacFarlane sci-fi fucking show.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's so good. It's like
so good.
It's so good. It has Norm Macdonald in it. It has fucking Charlize Theron in it. It has fucking Ted Danson in it. It has, like so many like big, like they had and so many people from Star Trek, like Robert Picardo, like the Doctor from Voyager, is in it.
Yeah.
Tim Russ, Jonathan Frakes, like Commander Riker directed a bunch of episodes for it.
Yeah.
Like, it is like what season like 8, 9, 10 of what the Next Generation should have been.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
Yes.
Like, there's the Family Guy comedy of it in the first two seasons.
Yeah.
That they kind of lean a little bit back on in the third season, but the third season is like, they don't have to have the comedy because the story in the third season is fucking phenomenal.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
Like, they kind of caught you, like they caught me with the comedy stuff in the first two seasons.
Yeah.
And then now it's into the serious stuff. Like, the last couple episodes are like some of the best sci-fi shit that I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Like top tier.
Yeah.
Like,
so with me, like, I only caught on to the Orville recently, and I thought I'd give it a shot. It was like, I can't remember when the hell it was, but I remember hearing that Seth MacFarlane was going to do a sci-fi comedy / drama type show, and this was around the lull where there was no, like, what, 2017 was the Enterprise, like, was still underwater. Like, Enterprise was done, and Discovery was
Enterprise, like, had been long dead.
Yeah.
There was no Star Trek show then.
No. Yeah, I think Discovery only came around,
like, maybe around the same time,
2018, 2019. Yeah. So Seth MacFarlane was like, I'm gonna fill this void. But yeah, the first 2 episodes, like 2-3 episodes. Actually, no, I should say, for anyone who is unfamiliar or hasn't seen it, like, the first season, the first 2 episodes, they lean heavy on Seth MacFarlane. Like,
yes,
you know, he's the comedy guy. He is American Dad. He is Family Guy. At one point in time, he throws in a Stewie Griffin impression, and it's adorable. But the show starts to evolve.
It finds its footing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it finds its path.
And things start to get fucking serious, and
some heavy shit in the third season. Yeah.
It's utterly amazing. So, like, I started to fall in love with it, and I was even skeptical, like, going through the first season, because there was some very deep emotion and serious shit and dark tones, and I'm sitting there on the couch begging, like, please don't fucking make a joke right now. Like, please, for the love of God.
Yeah.
And they don't. They go on with the rhythm that they have created. Yeah. And the way, like, I really started to fall in love with the show, because you look at Star Trek: The Next Generation, which I'll love to death and defend until my dying breath. Yeah. It is a very military-based show. You're talking about people who are in the military, in this uniform, in this organization, and that's how they carry themselves. The captain is the captain, and the number one, Commander Riker, is his second hand, and blah blah blah. Like, it's just fucking serious, and there's a little levity every once in a while. Whereas the Orville, it starts off very roots, very blue collar, very like, Seth MacFarlane and his wife are just stumbling out of this very messy divorce, and suddenly he gets thrown into this captain's chair, and he's awkward and weird, but then they lean away from the comedy, get more into the serious stuff, because shit starts getting serious. But at the same time, like, they've already established that these are real fucking people. They have real fucking problems. Yeah. And it makes it more relatable. Whereas they didn't do that in Star Trek: The Next Generation, but they didn't have to do that.
They also didn't do it in The Next Generation because it wasn't current then.
No.
Like, God, no. It wasn't that sort of thing. I agree with you with some of that, but not. But I mean, like, because there's a lot of there's a lot of underhanded jokes there that I think a lot of people may or may not get unless you're a huge sci-fi person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to me, there's like, even like, I don't know. Like, there's always a joke. Like, like, even like little things here and there, you know, like, especially like when they get into like season 3, like when they're actually like, when they're on fucking Disney Plus, for fuck's sakes, and they have all of that money. Like, I don't know if you noticed like the difference between season 2 and season 3, but it's like like how shiny stuff, like how much better everything looks. But no, it's it's a fucked up show.
Yeah,
it is. Well, like there's some really fucked up scenes and thoughts and scenarios that happen in this show that are really like cognizant of like stuff that's happening today, right? Like it's very relatable.
You know, the upgrade and the shiny and all that stuff that you referred to is actually like, it's the metaphor of episode 1, season 3, where they are in the space dock the entire episode, and they're just upgrading everything. They're tearing apart parts of the ship and replacing it with something new. So like, that metaphor is like clear and present throughout the entire episode, that season 3, this is something different. We are moving forward in a different direction.
Season 3 of the Orville is again, like, probably the best season so far of science fiction that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to like, there was choices that were made in season 1 that kind of laid the groundwork for this universe that they're creating, and then season 2 they expanded further onto that, and they pulled from season 1 these threads that they have already put into place, like the entire saga of Topa. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
They introduced that in the first season, and then they brought it up in the second season, and then third season.
If you look, it's actually the same actress. It is. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's insane.
Because anyways, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But it's just, like the Orville, I think the reason why I love this so much is because it's a sci-fi drama, but they make it so relatable, and it's because of the awkwardness and the quirkiness and the jokes that they throw in, and like getting their footing in the first season was just, it made it so it's like, these people are just fucking trying to sort things out.
It's not like you're watching the bridge crew of the Enterprise.
No,
you're watching the bridge crew of a ship of that caliber, but it's with actual, like, real people that are reacting in a real way. Yeah. Not just dealing with it diplomatically, whatever. And again, I agree with you about like defending the next, like, TNG, like, because it to me it's the best Star Trek that has happened so far. But this is what Star Trek should have been. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Like this again, with like not the reality TV, but like with, you know, like with real emotions, not just fucking scripted. It's like, oh my God, I'm so sad because my planet is dying. I can't believe it. You know what I mean?
Well, like you didn't know that Picard grew up like on a vineyard until like what, season 3, season 4?
Yeah.
Right? Like, but right out the fucking gate, you find out that, you know, the first officer and captain,
and the very first fucking scene of the Orville is the captain's wife is fucking an alien that's Rob Lowe. And the scene where he squirts everything out of his head is fucking timeless. Yeah. And then comes back in a later episode.
I know. Yeah.
So anybody listening to this or watching this or whatever, watch the fucking Orville. And we're definitely not paid by anybody to say this, but like this
No,
is fucking like
Jesus.
it's fucking fantastic. Like again, it's the best fucking sci-fi I've watched ever.
Yeah. Oh, it's I love it. And I watched the most recent episode, and there's one more episode left in this season. And
Domino was fucking.
Oh yeah. I just want to say
tear.
Yeah. That's the brilliant writing. When they introduced the character Charlie, I didn't like her. I did not like her at all.
Yeah.
And then at the end of Domino, like I was tearing up. Still didn't like the character, but I was like, "Fuck, you got me."
That's a huge spoiler right there.
Is it?
Yeah, pretty much the way you just said it. I mean,
No.
somebody smart enough would figure that out.
Well, somebody smart enough is going to go and watch the entire thing anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. Fair enough. Okay.
Anyway,
Let's wrap this up because I gotta pee.
Sure.
I gotta pee. What's on your listening list there, bitch? Being it's your birthday, I'll let you go first.
Fine.
Fine.
There's 3 songs. I picked 3 songs because
songs.
So we didn't even get into the reason why I picked 3 songs. So I'm gonna change them. And I'm gonna save songs for another time. But one of them is most recent release from Rob Zombie. It's "Shake Your Ass."
I haven't heard it yet, but I've heard it's good.
Yeah.
Shake your ass, smoke your grass.
That's the one. Yep.
Interesting.
I get the feeling that you've already seen the Beavis and Butthead movie, right?
Oh, like the new one? Oh yeah. Fucking.
Okay.
What kind of question is that?
I had the feeling that maybe it was from the movie, but
it might be. I'll listen to the song and I'll let you know.
all right, fine. Anyway, "Shake Your Ass, Smoke Your Grass," Rob Zombie, recent release.
My first one, and there's actually a story behind this. My first song is "Big God / Raped Souls" by Fear
Holy
Factory. Yeah.
All right.
So, 2 reasons why.
Sure.
So in 1997, I went to a music store and I found a shirt that had the lyrics to this song on the back of it. My parents made me return it because it said on the back, and I'm going to pull up the lyrics specifically for it because I'll get it wrong. It's bad. Well, not bad, but it's so it's taking a while. The lyrics are, and this is printed on the back of the shirt. It's in America today, every 25 fucking seconds, someone is viciously raped, someone is brutally violated 250 times a day, someone is murdered, someone's life is taken. In America, this is America, and I love America.
Wow.
Yeah, my parents made me return that shirt. I've been trying to find that shirt again, and I found it, but it was like fucking like $80. So
I was gonna say it's a bit of a statement.
yeah, it is.
Rick wants to know if he can suggest a song. By all means.
Absolutely.
Yes. Go ahead.
What's your second one? My second reason for that one is that I got a call from the record store that I always buy stuff. Is that the album that this song is on just got re-released on vinyl, and they got like 2 copies, and my name is on one of them.
Nice.
I didn't even know it was getting released. They called me.
Wow.
They're like,
that's a good record company.
Yeah. So
nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Taking
it's a fucked up song.
me back, Jack White.
I don't know that one. I'll have to look.
You look for that one. I will go into my second song here. You put me on a tangent. It reminded me of many years ago when I was visiting Prince George. This was after my parents' divorce. I was living with my father in the Lower Mainland. My brother was living with my mom here in Prince George, and I had come up to visit my mom and my brother. And funny enough, the gym that I used to go to wasn't always a gym. It was a music store. Specifically, it was an A&B sound store.
Oh yeah.
And I was going through it, and it was around the time of my brother's birthday, and I asked him if he wanted something for his birthday from the store. And he goes, yeah, actually, yeah, I do. And he goes running down one of the aisles, and he grabs a CD, and he brings it back to me, and he goes, I want this. And the album, I can't remember the album name, but the band was called Revolting Cocks. And I'm like, all right, sure. So I take it up to the till and I pay for it, and we take it home, and my mom goes, oh, cool, a new CD. Oh, I know this song. And so she plays the one song, which is a cover of Rod Stewart's Do You Think I'm Sexy? And that's the only appropriate song on the entire fucking album.
Oh, I can see it. I'm looking it up right now. It's
when we got into like once that song was over, getting into like the second and the third and the fourth song, my mom's like, "What is this?"
Yeah, so we got some fucked up songs in here today.
Yeah, she attempted to take the CD back, but they wouldn't take it back, so she just fucking snapped it in the parking lot.
That's fair.
So Revolting Cocks, Do You Think I'm Sexy?
It's on there already. My second one is Coma by Misery Signals, which is definitely not fucking as weird as the other shit that we got going on here. Okay, what's your last one? I gotta pee real bad. So
no. I'm gonna save the other two because this is a footnote for the next episode. We didn't even get into talking about the WWE and Vince McMahon.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that next.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay. This is
go to our website, assholes.
Yeah. Email us at info@lostsignals.ca, and we will see you out there. My name is Darrell.
I'm JD.
Happy birthday, JD!
Hey, take care, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye.